All right. I've been attending RU at different churches for about 12 years, a little more than that. And I got involved with it because of another person that I loved who had an addiction, and I wanted to learn more about addictions. That's the original reason why I started coming. But as many people would attest, as I got into it more, I started realizing that I needed a lot of what was in it too. It's not just for people with active, debilitating addictions, because everybody has some addiction. Everybody has some kind of sin that we, continuously do or that we struggle with, or a bad habit, and everybody needs to get closer to God. And so that RU has helped me to do that, for myself, not just to help other people. If there's one thing I've really seen through RU, it has been just, one thing that God has taught me, I guess, is just to believe from the depths of my heart that there's hope for everybody, that there is nobody whose addiction or whose stronghold or whose issue or whose pain is so bad that God can't help them. And the world sometimes looks at people and they might say, that person's too far gone, that person just should give up on your friend, give up on your son, give up on your parent, give up on your husband or wife, or give up on yourself or whatever, because you'll just never get better. There are people, the world thinks that sometimes, but the world doesn't understand that the power to get over addiction or pain or stronghold is not in yourself anyway. It never was. It's in God. And if you have God, there's nothing that he is not able to conquer, that God is able to give us victory over whatever it may be. And so whether it's you or whether it's a friend or a relative or somebody that you may feel is hopeless, don't think that, because God has a purpose for everyone's life. Jesus' blood is sufficient for everyone's sin, regardless of what it was. There's no limit on the sin that he can forgive. He paid for the sin of the whole world, and it doesn't matter how big it is, because it's not about how big the sin is. It's about how big our God is and how big his grace is. So that's one thing I really believe this program is for, is to help people to understand how to tap into that power, because Jesus has power, but we have to know what we're supposed to do to tap into that. And RU helps people to develop that relationship with God so that they can have that power to overcome their addiction. And the song I'm going to sing is actually one that I wrote a while back, and I wrote it just after coming out of a time in my life when I felt like, kind of for myself, that certain things were hopeless and that I wasn't ever going to be as right with God as I had been before, and I was kind of frustrated with myself for not living up to what I expected myself to be. And God had shown me through a lot of events and through the Bible that there was hope, and that God was able to draw me back to himself, because it wasn't about me and my ability to do better. It was about God and how good he was.